What's up, everybody? How's it going? Austin Practal Performance, coming at you live. Happy Monday. Obviously, my voice sounds a little funny right now. I lost it from cheering at the soccer game, having a good ass time. As you guys are tuning in, let me know how your day is going. Let me know how your weekend went. Hope it's been a good one so far this week. Today, I'm going to be talking about basically just some tips in terms of what to do for yourself if you messed up on your diet or your workouts or your fitness journey this weekend and you feel like you might have had some sort of setback. But yeah, I'm just going to go through some things. This weekend, I had a really good ass time. I was mindful that this was going to be a fun weekend for me. It was going to be a time to enjoy myself, to, relax, kind of eat whatever I want as long as was hitting my protein goal. Kind of just sort of like a maintenance weekend to enjoy myself with, with Jessica. But I was thinking about it because, a lot of times people end up having, they fall off on their diets on the weekend or they don't do their workouts on the weekend because, shit gets busy. Maybe you're hanging out with your friends. Maybe you're socializing. Maybe you're going out and doing something. Maybe that's like your time to relax and, your goals slip your mind a little bit more than normal, or you just don't care a little bit and you just throw it out the window sometimes. Like that happens to the best of us sometimes. And so today I'm going to be talking about just like 4 or 5 tips that I'm going to give to you guys in terms of like what you should do when it comes to when that happens, right? So the first thing that you guys need to like recognize is like, if you're going for, hey Kristen, how's it going? If you guys are going for, a fitness journey and you're turning this into a lifestyle and you're turning this into something that you're trying to do long term, there is never going to be like a set end date, right? Unless you're doing like a show or whatever. This isn't an excuse to like kick the can down the road and to be lazy and to like, keep putting shit off and procrastinating. But if you look at the grand scheme of things, 1 or 2 days out of the entirety of the year, right? Or the entirety of your life, like it's not going to make a huge difference as long as you're being consistent and you get back on the wagon. So my first tip to you guys is don't beat yourselves up. I say this often. Be fucking nice to yourself. Like there is literally no point in beating yourself up and making yourself feel bad because it's not going to help you, right? What's done is done. Like what has happened, and all you can do is learn from it and move on because at the end of the day, you already did the damage. If there was damage, which probably wasn't even that much, but if you did, you already did it. There's no point in like compounding on that by just like, like making yourself feel bad and being in this like I screwed up, self sabotage, screw up on your diet more, eat like shit, don't do your exercises, and then guess what happens because you didn't do it because you made yourself feel bad. You're gonna make yourself feel bad again, and then oh shit, I fucked up. I'm making myself feel so bad, and then guess what? You do it again, and it's this vicious fucking cycle because you're not giving yourself grace. You're not being nice to yourself. You're not forgiving yourself for these things. Like that shit, it happens to the best of us, right? Like it does. Like, but the best thing you can do for yourself is to move on and to not dwell and let it fester up here and let it take up a bunch of space and mental bandwidth. So that's step one. Be fucking nice to yourself. See, come on, I knew this weekend would be bad, but I tried not to overindulge. Kids only turn 6 months. You're right. Hey, and that's true. As long as you're being mindful, like that's what that's all that matters. Is like this is gonna be a point that I'm gonna talk about here in a second. But this is the other thing. Number two, don't overcompensate. Right? Don't go like super hard. Like don't like. It's okay to like want to get back on the wagon and like kill it and like go at it with a vengeance. But if you overate like 1,000 calories, you should not be like swinging in the other direction and overcompensating by under eating the next day. Because what that's going to do is it's going to create this like back and forth, and you're never going to be able to find this balance of getting back into like a routine of things again and like consistency. When that happens, like trust me, because I was like I've been there, like where you go out partying with your friends or something like that, and you don't even know how many fucking calories you overate because you were drunk or whatever, and you ate a bunch of food, and guess what? There's no way you're going to be able to figure out how many calories you ate that night. And the other thing too to keep in mind is you're not going to be able to like you're not going to be able to make up for it the next day by burning yourself out on the treadmill by like yeah, you could undereat the next day, but guess what? Then you're going to be super fucking hungry the next day. Like just like call it like good and just pick up where you left off and get back at it and just start being consistent with where you were at before, like before you screwed up on your diet that weekend. Like that's what you got to like kind of come at it with. Just get back on the wagon and don't like try to like overcorrect, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna get in this like cycle of overcorrecting back and forth and getting in this bad habit of like thinking that that's okay, and that's not really that sustainable. So you can do it, you can, but at the end of the day, you're probably going to not be able to like do that sustainably long term. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So like don't overcorrect, don't like overcompensate. Just pick up where you left off and get back on the wagon, right? That happens sometimes. Like I see a comment, no one is perfect, right? Nobody is perfect. Like shit happens. Just get back at it. The third thing I will say, like learn from it. Like actually learn from it. Like don't be like, ah shit, I did it again. Ah shit. I did it again after this other week. Like shit. Like why do I keep doing this shit? Like learn from it. Like stop doing the same shit over and over again and expecting a different result. And how you get a different result from it is being mindful and finding where you're screwing up. Like sit down and identify a few things that went poorly from the weekend. Identify a few things that went poorly, or identify a few like whys and reasons to what happened, and then actually do something to correct it. Actually be mindful enough and take action to fix what you screwed up on. Like actually do it. Like do take something from it and set down and set some goals for yourself and be like, yeah, like so this is an example. Like maybe you went out both nights. Maybe you went out Friday and Saturday and you day drank and you did all this other shit and you did all those other things, and it's like, okay, well, sit down and be like, man, like I really went hard. And you don't have to like go like from 0 to 100 either, right? Maybe the next week be like, okay, last week I went out 2 days in a row. So like this week, I'm going to try and be better this weekend. I'm going to only go out 1 day a week. And then after that, be like, okay, well, that still set me back pretty decently. Maybe I need to be a little bit more mindful. Maybe now instead of I was going out 2 nights a week and then I went down to 1 night a week. Well, maybe now if I go out and I don't want to give up that part of my life, maybe now I'm going to stay away from those craft beers. I'm just going to stick to those low calorie seltzers, so that way it fits my calories and my macros better. Like that kind of shit. Like systematic like over time incremental like transitions to fitting these new like lifestyles and habits, and like these new habits into your day to day, into your week to week. That's going to add up over time. That's what's going to be realistic. Like if you're somebody who's like really extremely used to like going out with all your friends all the time, and you're going out like twice a weekend or like multiple times a week, and you try to go from doing that all the time to not doing that at all, you're gonna miss. You're gonna feel like you're missing out on all crazy. Like you're not. Your head's not gonna be in it. Your heart's not gonna be into your fitness journey. You're not gonna wanna like really like go at it and make it a priority. So having these like slow transitions and like just finding like small things that you can identify on a day to day or a week to week basis that you can change over time will really add up. So like actually do something about it though. Like just don't keep like playing that whole like insanity thing, like doing the same shit every day and expecting a different result kind of thing. Because guess what? Like your goals don't freaking care. They don't care how bad you want it. All they care about is what you actually do to like accomplish them, right? Like that's what it is. Like you're not going to get results for wishing for things. You're going to get results by taking action on the things that you need to do. So like find something and identify what went poorly, and then try to change it and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, try to find something else and see. Like it's a lot of this is trial and error too, and figuring out what works best for you guys. So think about it that way. So yeah. Next thing, and I kind of already said this too, like own it and move on, right? Like own it. Be like don't like hide it away and try and sweep it under the rug and be like, like yeah, like I screwed up, like but that's not going to happen again, like that didn't happen. Like don't pretend that it didn't fucking happen. It happened. If you screwed up on your diet and you ate those calories and you didn't do your workouts, that shit happened. As bad as you want to pretend that it didn't fucking happen, it did. So own it, own up to it, because the first step to actually making changes on things, like in your day to day for your fitness journey and things like that, is taking ownership of your fuck ups. Take ownership of your fuck ups and then take action on those fuck ups. Because if you just keep pretending that everything's okay and that nothing's wrong, but your house is on fire and you're just like sitting in the house, you're just like, well, everything's okay. Like, this is great. I'm just going to smile through it and I'm not going to make any changes. You're not going to get to your goals. You're going to go up in flames and your goals are going to go by the wayside and you're going to fail, right? So like actually like own it. Ownership is huge. Like take like as much ownership as possible of the things going on in your life, because even if something is slightly out of your control and you're taking ownership of it, that puts you in control. Like taking ownership puts you in control. Taking ownership is the big thing to do, that's going to take you to that next level to be able to actually like do something about it. So own it. Like own it. Like maybe you fucked up. Own it. Like, you know, like this past weekend, like I wanted to like have a good ass weekend in Portland, spending time with my fiance, like going to soccer games and things like that. I definitely like ate more food than I should have. I got my protein in, but I ate more food than I should have. I was mindful of it. I knew I was going to do it. I'm owning that shit this week. I'm going to step on the scale tomorrow. I'm probably going to weigh more than I want to, but that's okay because I made the choice to do it and I take ownership of it. And when you take ownership of it, you can actually do something about it. So guess what? Next week, this coming weekend, I'm not doing any of that stuff. Like, you know, there's a time and a place for certain things and enjoying certain things too. But like at the end of the day, like taking ownership of it, finding where I went wrong, even though it was planned, and identifying the source of the problem. And I'm not going to do it this weekend. So you know, like that's like the thought process behind it. And the other thing too is like, you know, like make it a priority. Like this is the last thing too is like, you know, are you making it actually making it a priority? Like, do you want it bad enough? Do you care about it enough? Is it a priority, or is you just like, you know, and I talked about this before, or are you just romanticizing it in your head, right? Do you actually want to lose that weight? Or do you just think you do and you're just playing this part in your head like an actor in this little movie that you got going on in your head? You know, like is that what's actually happening? Because there's a difference between like wanting something and talking, just talking, right? Like words are just words until you take action upon those words, right? Like, and that's why people say like actions speak louder than words. It's because they do. Like anybody can say anything. Anybody can say they want to do something, but until they actually do something and make it a priority and carve out that time and start doing the shit and taking the action, you know, talk is cheap. Talk is very cheap. And I know a lot of people that talk a lot of talk and they don't walk the walk at all, like at all. And so, you know, it's one of those things. It's like, are you going to be a talker or are you going to be a walker? So that's my other thing too, is just like, you know, at the end of the day, it comes down to how bad do you want it and if you're going to make a priority for yourself. Because again, your goals don't care how bad you want them. Your goals are going to reflect the work that you put into it. So yeah, so that's my tips for you guys for this. If you fell off the wagon this weekend, don't worry about it. Get back on that wagon. There's no reason why any past or previous like moment or day or thing that happened has to impact present or future moments. It doesn't. Like you can literally decide any point in the future. Like you can decide like 5 seconds after I finish this live and be like, okay, well, I'm going to do this thing and I'm going to change my life and I'm going to start doing this thing. Like you have that power to do that. Like you have the choice to do that and to take those actions. So, you know, go for it. Fucking do it. I challenge you to, you know, like do what you say you're going to do and own up to it. And if you messed up this weekend, that's okay. Like get back on that wagon, guys. You guys have got this shit. So, other than that, that's all I really had for you guys today. Happy freaking Monday. Hope it was a good one for you. Other than that, let me know what your number one takeaway was from this live. Let me know. Did you screw up? Did you screw up this weekend? If you did, here's your chance to take ownership of it, right? Put it in the comments. What did you screw up on? That's the first step to, you know, like making change, is identifying and taking ownership of it. So yeah, let's fucking get after it. Other than that, if you watch this later time, hashtag replay, let me know you saw it. Give this video a like. It helps other people see it in the algorithm. But other than that, I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.